Yeah, I was born and raised in retail, meaning I started at Target when I was 20. So that's
Wow.
born and raised. So I worked at Target on the merchant side. So I was a merchant for about 10 years at Target, bounced around from different departments as Target has you do. So that's video games to candy to bedding to just kind of core grocery. And so learned a lot about, how to try to sell just more product out the door. And then I got into marketing where Target was building out Cartwheel, which is its coupon platform. And they realized they needed a merchant to learn how to talk to vendors and talk to shoppers and whatnot. So I got pulled over to that and helped to lead out its launch. And so that was probably my first true marketing job. Sometimes merchants call themselves marketers, but I think it's a pretty unique type of marketing. And so I'd say my move over to Cartwheel was definitely, 2 feet into the marketing world, and learned a lot about digital marketing, early days Target Roundel, early days, before people called it retail media. It was like digital vendor marketing or co-op marketing, other terms we used to use before I think it kind of got branded as retail media.
Why did they choose you out of all of the
I,
people?
I don't know. Go back and ask Casey Carl and Bonnie. That's what I would say. But I mean, for me personally, the way Target works, right? You're sort of moving up. You're in a pool of people that I'd say are kind of ready for that next role. And for whatever reason, I was working under Casey Carl at the time. He was head of all hard lines and he was also head of digital. And so this job stayed under Casey, and he must have thought I had the right mix of skills to get pulled over for this. And so, yeah, I don't know why they chose me, but I'm happy they did.
Did you always know you were gonna be in retail, or at what were you thinking in, your when you were 15 or something? Where was your
I
head?
mean, I was young. I fancied myself a business person, is what I would say. So whatever that meant, that or a chef. I really wanted to be a chef, probably when I was like 10 or 12. And then I realized they had to work nights and weekends, and I didn't want that. But no, not retail. I mean, I was fortunate enough to apply and get the internship at Target during college, like headquarters internship. And yeah, I liked the company. I liked het downtown. I sort of liked it then, and fortunate enough to come back and work full time out of school.
What did you major in college?
Yeah, marketing.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
I love that. You majored in marketing. Didn't think you would go into marketing, right? Went went to go be a merchant, then got back. That's probably why you got that job.
Could be. Could be. No.
Who has some marketing experience? And everything I have friends who have quit retail because they complain that they have to work nights and weekends and Black Friday. So that's funny to me too.
Yeah, headquarters a little less. You do Black Friday, we used to have to log on, right? And so like pre-ecom days, I think there was more, but we could at least work remote those days. But it was tough. I'd say that between Christmas and New Year's wasn't just like a you can log off,
Yeah.
during retail, because you're needed at least decision making and problem solving and whatnot, depending what job you're in. I would say I was on the video game team. That was a real like day to day, week to week type business versus some others are a little bit more long lead timed. You're not solving the world's problems in one day type situation. So
So you were in this role for a while, right? It sounds like you moved up the ranks at Target. How long were you there and why did you transition?
yeah, I ended up being there 14 years. For me, I guess I transitioned was just ready to not work in corporate jobs anymore, and probably not too dissimilar from anybody else that's worked over a decade at a big corporate job. Was just ready to try something else. I think I had been successful at Target building a couple of different businesses and was ready to try to do that myself. So if you're building businesses within a corporation, recognition, compensation, building blocks from a career don't always flow. It's hard, right? It's a huge company, lots of people, a lot of people doing really good things, and you're constantly rotating. I thought an opportunity in sort of this digital grocery retail media space, who knows more about it than I did at that point in time, because it was a pretty new business. And let's leave, let's give this thing a shot. And worst I can do is have to go back to corporate America 6 or 12 months from now. So that's why the switch.